It's time to do my Premier League 2026-2027 predictions. And I have a table over here where I'm just going to be, you know, ranking every team and doing my predictions from last place until first place. So make sure to stay till the end of the video to see who is my Premier League winner for the 2026-27 season. So we're going to get straight into this, guys. I haven't even thought about this, but we obviously have to just take everything into consideration right now. And I know the transfer window is still going on, but as of right now, this is my Premier League prediction. So you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, but let's go. So we're starting with 20th place, obviously last spot on the Premier League table. So I'm gonna be putting, guys. I'm sorry, Ipswich fans. I know you just got promoted, but with Gary O'Neill, I don't see how. I just don't think Gary O'Neill's good enough for the Premier League. Unfortunately, not. So yeah, Ipswich will be 20th spot, 20th place Ipswich, and then 19th we're gonna be putting. It's an interesting one. I like know the top six out of my head, but when it comes to okay, I don't even know the top six out of my head. But when it comes to like the lower teams, I can't think properly. But probably Hull City. Like out of yeah, I feel like the relegated teams, I mean the newly promoted teams are probably gonna get relegated. I'm sorry, Coventry fans. I know it's a very exciting time, but yeah, Lampard, I just think all the promoted teams are gonna get relegated this season because I feel like the Premier League is actually very strong. Like looking at this list, it's looking quite strong. So 17th place. Guys, I'm actually trying to think now because a lot of teams actually improved. But 17th spot, I'm gonna be putting. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be putting Nottingham Forest because I just feel like I just feel like Nottingham Forest isn't the same since Nuno left. Honestly, I don't even know why they sacked him because he was doing such a great job, and yeah, I just feel like is it Oliver Glasson that's the manager right now? Yeah, it's like a fallout waiting to happen with Marinakis. So at the moment, I think 17th spot is gonna go to Nottingham Forest, and then 15th, I mean 16th, I'm gonna be putting. This might be a bit controversial, but I'm gonna be putting Everton in 16th spot. That might sound crazy, but just hear me out. Like they haven't had like a great window. I don't even know who they signed. They didn't sign like much players. So they didn't really improve. And last season they weren't the best. So I'm gonna be putting Everton in 16th spot. Not because I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously not. But yeah, I just feel like Everton is not gonna have the best season unless they make like a few more signings. Okay, then we're gonna go to for 15th spot. Who would we even have here, guys? Yeah, not yet those teams. I'm probably gonna be putting. This might be a bit controversial as well, but I'm gonna be putting Crystal Palace in the 15th spot because I mean Glasner was doing a great job there. Like yeah, and they also lose a lot of their main players. But like Izzy, they still didn't recover from that. So I'm gonna be putting Crystal Palace at 15th. And if they sell Adam Horton, they're definitely gonna be somewhere there at the bottom. So 15th spot is gonna be yeah, Crystal Palace. And then we're gonna go to 14th spot. Dude, this is so tough, honestly. 14th spot, I'm gonna be putting yeah. I'm gonna be putting Leeds 14th. I know they made a couple of signings, they made decent signings, but I think this season they're probably gonna just they're gonna like have a decent season and just finish like I guess mid-table ish. Like they're gonna be a bit away from relegation. I don't think there'll be a relegation threatening team, but I feel like 14th spot is like a decent spot for them for this upcoming season. And then 13th, whew, 13th, I'm actually gonna be putting uh this is actually a tough one. I think 13 is gonna go to Brentford. Yeah, I just feel like with I feel like a lot of mid-table teams, well, like the top 10 teams, really improved, and Brentford made a few signings. I know they bought the midfielder in, they broke the transfer record, but I feel like they won't really be in the top 10 this season. They're just gonna miss out on top 10, so it might be a bit harsh, Brentford, but 13th, I'm gonna be going for that this season, and then 12th spot. 12th, I'm gonna be putting Brighton. Like it's gonna be like similar to Brentford and Leeds. It's gonna be like a decent campaign. Nothing great, nothing terrible. But 12 spot, another bought Vuskovic, and yeah, I think they made another signing. Yeah, they bought a striker in, was it yesterday? I think it was Promise. His name is Promise. Yeah. So 12 spot's gonna go to Brighton. Um, okay, who's next? 11 spot. Oh, here we go now. 11 spot is gonna be, I would say, Sunderland. Yeah, I feel like Sunderland in the 11th spot is like decent for them. Like I know they're also making more signings, and obviously last season they had a very impressive campaign. They retaining Granit Xhaka as well, who was had interest from Chelsea. So yeah, 11th spot about mid-table, sweet spot for Sunderland. Sunderland, very good team. Um, Actually, now that I think about it, I'm sorry guys, I'm changing that. But Fulham is going to 11th and Sunderland is going to 10th because I just feel like Sunderland is going to have a better season than Fulham, but Fulham is also still going to have a decent season. But I feel like these spots here from 11 to like 13, it's like, it's like a toss of a coin. It's 50-50. So like these three, I'm still not 100% sure, but I'm fine with bottom, this bottom 10. Yeah. So now we're going to the big guns, the top 10. In ninth spot, I'm going to be putting Bournemouth. I know they lost the brilliant, amazing tactician, the best Spanish coach ever, Andoni Iraola. Not because I'm a Liverpool fan, but yeah, just kidding. But yeah, with the loss of Andoni Iraola, I feel like it's going to be a bit more difficult, but they bring in a very good manager. I think it's an Austrian manager. I'm not sure, but it's a very good manager. He was linked to Liverpool at a stage. I think his surname is Rose. But yeah, very decent manager. So I think initially it'll take time for him to adjust, but I feel like overall they have a good squad. And yeah, ninth spot is good for them. And then a spot I'm going to be putting Newcastle United because I mean, they lost a lot of their big players. Bruno G, they lost Tonali, and that's basically the bulk of the midfield. So at least Joe Linton's still there, and apparently they're gonna sign a Mocky midfield signing. So that's why, like, eighth is even a bit high for them, like considering the amount of people they lost. But they brought some good players in, like that Toure, the winger, and there's a couple of more that they brought in. But they made a lot of signings at the beginning of the window, and then they lost a few, and now they trying to end the window strong again. So I'm sure that they're gonna strengthen, and if they don't strengthen, they're probably gonna go down to like 10th or something. Like that's probably how it's gonna be. So I'll leave it at that for now, and we'll see what happens after that. So then we have seventh position. We almost the top six. We're almost there. Seventh, we have. I'm gonna be putting Aston Villa. Aston Villa also had an up and down window. They're losing Ezri Konza, but I'm sure they're gonna sign someone to replace him. Obviously, he's their marquee, their main centre back, and Arsenal just snatched him away. So yeah, and yeah, they have a decent team and they always show up. They even have European football, they have Champions League football, so that might hinder their season. But I don't see any other team overtaking Aston Villa right now. We're gonna come to this video at the end of the season. We're gonna see how wrong we were, or how right we were. We was, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, that's my seventh spot, and then now we have the top six. Top six. I feel like Spurs is gonna stay here. I'm gonna put Spurs at 6. They're gonna stay in this position. Just make my screen a bit better. There we go. So Spurs will be six because a they made so many signings. Van Hekke, Robertson, um, Tonali, Mateus Fernandes. That's already like 300 million. And they're going for Cody Gakpo apparently soon. They're going for Savinho, Man City soon. They're going for Umamamouche soon. Like they having a generational window. Once they got a taste of relegation, they never want to see it again. So sixth spot is gonna go to Spurs, and they don't have European football, so they have, yeah, they're gonna be a problem. And now we have top five. I guess Champions League spots. Since the top five gets it now in English football, right? Let me know in the comments if that's how it is. Um, yeah. So fifth spot. Whew, I'm gonna take my bias out of this, but I think fifth spot is probably gonna go to Man United. It's gonna stay like that because, yeah, I feel like overall United, I don't say they don't have the like defensively they don't have like a good defensive line. They have like Dalo and Mazarawi and Maguire and Delict Yoro and like Martinez, Luke Shaw, is still their left back, still their left back. But I just feel like the defense is probably gonna let them down because the attack is decent. They have Mbemo, sorry, Cunha, they have Cisco's up and down, but the midfield's kind of like also solid. They have Andres Santos now, and they have Bruno Fernandes still, who's probably still going to have an amazing season. But I don't think they're going to be good enough to get in the top four, which is my opinion right now. And they have European football, Champions League football, so it's going to be a bit more challenging than last season. So yeah, I feel like these two spots here is going to be very up and down. Like Spurs might get fifth, United might get sixth. We'll see. And then fourth spot. I'm again gonna take my bias out of this, and this is a tough call, but I'm gonna be putting Liverpool, unfortunately, at fourth. But hear me out, Liverpool fans. If you guys are watching this video, I'm sure most Liverpool fans are here. But yeah, I just feel like right now we're in a difficult spot, and depending how the end of the window goes, like if we get Bakola, Mbaye, and like Adam Wharton, then probably put us at like 3 or 2. So if we only get Bakola, and then I think fourth spot is what it's gonna be. Yeah, it's because we're a bit light at the moment, and our squad depth is in shambles. We have Champions League football. It's just gonna be tough. So fourth spot's going to Liverpool, and then third spot I'm gonna actually put Chelsea. I was gonna put them second, but I feel like it's too much for them. I don't think they can sustain a full season competing with Arsenal and City. So they made a lot of signings. They sold a lot of their bad players. They had a great window. Xabi Alonso, be. I'm sure he's gonna have a great first season, but mainly due to the fact that they have no European football, which kind of works into their favor, in my opinion. And they signed Morgan Rogers for like 500 billion. So yeah, Chelsea fans, no excuses. Third spot's going to Chelsea. And then second spot, well, who do we think is going to win the Premier League? Man City or Arsenal? Man City or Arsenal? Probably Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal probably made the best signing of the in the Premier League window. They bought Bruno G, the great midfielder, and they just adding to the strengths. They're adding Ezri Konsa already to the flippin' Great Wall of China at the back. So yeah, the only thing that's stopping them is like a proper left winger. They got Solis, but I know they're looking to sign a marquee left winger, and if they don't get it, there's still some hope. Like if Man City can, like, I don't know, they're gonna sell Savinho and they're gonna sell Mamouche. So I feel like they're gonna go for a marquee player. I know they're gonna get Bowadi probably. And then I feel like they're gonna go for 2 attackers because Doku is currently injured. They can't start the season without Mamouche, Doku, and Savinho. And it's only Semenyo on the wing. So I feel like they're probably gonna go for a marquee signing soon. So hopefully they get the proper left wing and Arsenal don't. So that's our only hope. But anyways, that's my Premier League predictions. Arsenal to win the Premier League with Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, United getting Premier League football, and then yeah, the rest. And the newly promoted teams, in my opinion, is gonna get relegated, unfortunately. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this Premier League predictions. Do you guys agree with it? If you guys don't agree, let me know in the comments. But if you guys think that there's a lot of good logic behind these positions, let me know as well. Because I feel like there is. I mean, I was thinking the whole time now, this video is like 15 minutes in, and my brain is cooked right now. But I feel like, yeah, that's as sensible as I can get. I put Liverpool, my team, at fourth. You know, when last I didn't put my team as like title favorites. It's probably been like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I don't know. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like this video if you guys enjoy this content. I'll probably do an FPL video out soon because it's nearly that time. And then I'll probably also do a match preview, match predictions for the Newcastle game this weekend. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you guys are new. It will really help the channel. It'll be appreciated. And I'll see you guys on the next one.